So I start off by designing the weaving structure on graph paper, and then the warping board is what I use to measure out how long and how wide I want the weaving to be. The warping board is pretty standard and necessary for preparing the loom. And then you transfer those warp yarns from the warping board to the loom, and then thread it through the heddles and thread it through the reed and tie it to the front and tie it to the back. So in my work, I've always been interested in the idea of identity, and I guess specifically masculinity. So with the previous project I've worked on, I was comparing my role as a weaver and how I touch every strand of thread in the warp and in the weft, and comparing it to the role of a barber and how he would touch the hair of his customer and how there's a level of intimacy by just touching hair. Everyone has a relationship to hair, so I think that plays a role in my work. Like everyone has different textures, different colors. So hair is something that we all can relate to. I don't necessarily consider myself fashion per se, but I am inspired by fashion. I think it's important to use clothing or wearable art. Hair is something that grows on our body. Clothing is something we put on our bodies, and it's a part of our identity. The way you wear your hair, what clothes you buy or what clothes you wear says a lot about you and your decisions. But yeah, I think it's important for me to put these pieces on the body because I think there's a direct correlation with fabric and the body, hair and the body, and your identity. Because of my experiences growing up in my household with two older brothers and a dad that left when I was younger. So I guess that's the reason why I'm exploring like intimacy and the relationships between men. Fiber craft is usually known as women's work, so that's why I'm also drawn to it, or exploring me being a man interested in women's work and seeing how that plays into gender and sexuality.